will need a Sharpie in order to trace all of your pencil lines. It's okay if you don't go exactly over your pencil lines because you are going to erase them after. If you don't have a black Sharpie at home, that's okay. You can just use a black marker. If you don't have markers, please just use a black crayon or a black colored pencil and then skip the part where you erase the pencil lines. Once you are done tracing, now you can start erasing. Trace and erase.
So now what we're going to do is we are going to be painting. When we paint, these are called tempera cakes. That is the type of paint that they are. So what we will need to do is grab our good old Mr. Paintbrush and dip him in the water, and we will use the water to wake up the paints. In order to use these paints, you will need to add water to them. Waking up each of my paints with some water. Now, I am going to start with my apples. You could paint your apples red, orange, green, or yellow. When I paint things in, notice that I like to give myself a force field or paint around something before I paint inside. Now that I've painted around my apple, I can paint the rest of the inside. When I change colors, I need to rinse my brush. So I will give my brush a bath. Then I am going to go ahead and perhaps paint some green apples. Remember, I want to paint around and then in. Maybe I'll make some yellow apples. Paint around and then in. After I paint in my apples, I am going to think about these apples' complementary colors. Complementary colors are going to be together on your paint palette. So, two complementary colors, that means they are next to each other on the color wheel, are red and green. Two more are yellow and purple. And the third set is orange and blue. I will be using complementary colors to add shadow. Complementary colors are color opposites on the color wheel. One set of complementary colors are Vikings colors. Another set are red and green. And the last set of complementary colors is orange and blue. When I have a red apple, I am going to use green, its complementary color, to add a shadow to one side. So I will pretend that there is a light coming from the corner of my page, shining down on one side. When you have a shadow, it is going to be on the same side every time. So I will add green to the side of my red apple. And if I had a green apple, I would do the opposite. I would add red to the other side of the green. You will want to mix these a little bit so you can have water on your brush and it will help mix the colors together. If I have a yellow apple, I will want to use purple for the complementary color on one side. And I have one more green, so I will use red. Remember, you can use just water on your brush to mix the color in some more. The The first step today is to finish your apples if you haven't already. Once you're done painting your apples and adding the shadow, then you can start to paint in your bowl. You can paint your bowl any color that you would like, or more than one color. All right, now I'm ready to paint the background of my picture. When I paint the background, I can choose whatever color I would like. I can choose whatever color I want for the table too. Maybe I want my table to be more traditional. I can paint it brown. When I paint, I want to paint around my objects. That means my bowl, my apple on my table. Then I can paint the rest in. While you are painting the rest in, you want to make super sure that there are no itty-bitty white spots hiding from you. Remember that we need to try and put on our best pair of binoculars and go on a scavenger hunt for those white spots. Again, I will paint around first. And then I can paint in the rest. Now you can add whatever kind of textures or designs that you would like to your wall. Maybe you want to add polka dots, maybe you want stripes or stars or hearts. It is up to you as the artist. Remember, when you are painting with your brush, you want it to be on its tippy toes. That means that it should not be pressing too hard. Don't forget to go around the edges of your paper. Once you think that you are done, please put on your pair of binoculars and go on a scavenger hunt to see if there's any white space hiding from you. Then leave your brush in the bath and raise your hand so that Ms. Lindman can come and give you some free choice time. I have a special Paul Cézanne coloring page for you today.